friend, how are you doing today? My name is Karina and welcome back to Ready Set Pan. Today we are doing the final update before the finale for my Project Polish 2025. So today what we're going to be going through is where I stand 1 year later, because I did start this project last December. We've got one more month left and we're still going to do a finale in a month from now because I do think I can still finish more polish this year. And I'm rolling in some stuff more specific for holiday season. So I don't necessarily want it to continue into January, but I do want to play with these polishes for this month. So we've got, what do we have? 2 empties, 2 roll-ins, progress. Let's dive into it. And we're going to start off with my first nail wheel. As you can see, lots of X's on it. And the only one, it's still a spring polish. But this one right here is the last polish standing from the original nail wheel. This is from the brand Bkind in the shade Britney. As you've been hearing me say for like 6 months now, you can build it up into 3 coats, kind of like a jelly kind of looking thing. Or as I've been using for the last several months, I've been using it as a topper. There looks like there's still product in this bottle, but anyway, this is where I was last month. I am not much below it. In fact, you can see it best here. That's what's left. But I have put a lot of thinner into that. It's mostly thinner. There are 2 mixer balls, I think, in there that have been really prominent. And the last time I used it just as a topper, like 1 thin coat, was really difficult. So I am going to call this one empty. It took me 3 additional uses, bring me to 37 uses on this bottle. And again, starting around here-ish or so is when we just transition into topper realm. So really, really happy to have finally finished this bottle. And just such good progress along the way. Which, there we go. That last X is in. The entire nail wheel is done. So again, this is now my 3rd year of Project Polish, my 3rd completely finished nail wheel within a single year. I am so thrilled, which means we get to move on to the 3 polishes on this wheel that I was working on. So we're going to kick it off here so that you can really see where I started transitioning into fall here. This is a beautiful brown from the Essie Expressie line in Cold Brew Crew. Now, like I said last month, I was starting to get nervous about this polish because once the snow hit, and it's been here for a little while now, I wasn't going to want to reach for it. However, I have been pushing myself on this one. In fact, I was all the way up here last month, and we are calling this an empty at this point. I have put thinner in twice, and so like when I pull the brush out, it looks like there's still a lot, but that only lasts for like 2 nails. So the last manicure, I have been putting toppers on this one, but it has been looking like inconsistent in terms of its coat. Like the toppers do help save it, but again, thinner's been in here. It's too much work than it's worth at this point, and I haven't been able to like see a nice little line, but it's really down there. And to get a full manicure, like it was a lot of like, yes, and going like this and just trying to get those little bits. So I am going to call this one a finished bottle as well. That usage there took me an additional 9 uses, bring me to 24 uses from this point here. And that was 10 uses. So that's a total of 34 uses on this bottle. I did really like the color. I was pushing to get it done though because again, this is very fall and now we're definitely in more of like a winter mindset. But this is my 2nd finished polish and I'm so thrilled because this one was part of my plan to pan. Which brings us to the next polish. So this one's been in for 2 months at this point. I have been making really good progress. It is a mini and I think I can get this one done this year. So this is an unnamed Color Institute nail polish. It's like a 4 milliliter. It's really small and yeah, it's a cheaper polish. The packaging always does this. But progress. So I was up at this first silver line here. I am now down to this point down here. There may be 1 more use in here. There may be 5 uses. It's hard to tell. I have put thinner in here once already. And I have used this one 7 times, bring me to 11 uses in the project and 11 uses on the bottle. So I've made really good progress with this one. It has become more of like a 2 coat rather than a 3 coat, which is really good because yeah, doing 3 coats of this one is really annoying, but I always put toppers on top of it anyway. There's some combos I really do love, and I'm excited to work this one out because it's a common color. Just this one's not really good formula, but I did get this as part of like a little gift set. So I'm not going to fuss too hard, especially with mini bottles. So like I said, it could be 1 use, it could be 5 uses. We will see what it ends up being because it is just the tiniest little bit of the brush still currently in there. So we'll see how it goes. It's still picking up okay, and I will use my nail polish thinner. But this one, oh my goodness, we're getting close. Which brings me to the last polish I was working on, which is this one right here. So you know the story of this one if you caught my last update. This is the Sally Hansen New Lengths color in the shade Quicksilver. I think I finally found it. This is, as you can tell, a very old polish. It came from my grandma. I marked it here last time, and I really can't make a new mark. I might be a little bit under it. Possibly. Like, you can see it better on this side, but there is some separation going on in there. I have only used it once in terms of building up as a manicure because I don't really think it looks very good against my skin tone. So I have been trying to use more topper combinations, and I've done a lot of topper combinations, the same one with the brown. I don't love a more peachy tone. I definitely prefer more pink tones. So this one has been difficult. I've only reached for this one 6 times as a topper, which again is why I haven't made much progress on this. I am wearing it today over top of like a it's not smoky blue, blue-gray kind of color. I'm trying to make it work, trying to see what I can do with it, see if I find a combination I absolutely love. I would love to get this used up. I kind of doubt that I'm going to roll it in, at least right away, into next year's project polish because I'm a little bit on the struggle bus. I don't love it. And honestly, I might try to use this as a nail polish thinner because there's not a ton of pigment to it. It adds a bit of shimmer. We'll see. But I don't want the polish going to waste, and the bottle's fun. So, tis what tis, but yeah, not much progress on that one. Which brings us to the roll-in. So I currently only have that Color Institute and then the topper from Sally Hansen. So we need to bring in 2 new additional polishes. And these ones ultimately are more holiday-esque. So let's bring them in. So we had these 3, and the first one I'm going to bring in is this absolutely stunning shade. So this is a dark blue. But do you see that green shift and sparkle in there? I love this one. This was a holiday. So I'm finally bringing in one of my Sally Hansen Miracle Gel nail colors. This one was in 907 Under the Tree. So you can see it was part of a holiday collection. And like, look at that. Isn't that just absolutely stunning? So because it has that green shift and it's got the green shimmer in there, this does feel holiday to me. So it's a nice way to do dark holiday nails. So I'm very excited to bring this one in. As you can see, my starting mark, I put in silver, is all the way up here. I'm not going to finish the bottle. I don't even want to finish the bottle because I really do love this polish. I've used it. How many times have I used that? This was in my project polish before I started doing these videos on YouTube, and that was back when I rolled in a bottle, 10 uses, rolled it out. So that's 10 uses plus the manicure swatch picture. I may have used it for manicures or pedicures since then, but probably no more than 15 uses on the bottle. It's just so stunning. I love it so much. I'm so excited to play with this, wear, love it, but keep it around because I'm only bringing it in for 1 month. And then, of course, if you've seen all my project polishes, you know exactly what color I am going to be bringing in to round out my holiday wheel here. So the last polish I'm going to roll in for Project Polish 2025, again, just to make some progress, is a sparkly red color. So this one has a fair amount of glitter in there. It's not the worst for removal, but probably should use peel-off base coat anyway. This is another brand, because again, that's the theme this year. So this one I haven't rolled anything in from this brand yet, and that is Nails Inc. So this is their nail polish in Sugar Loaf Walk. This was part of a holiday set. I think I got it through Sephora. It was a Christmas gift for my sister, but I had specifically requested this nail set here. And I definitely see way less nail polish on Sephora, by the way. But anyway, this is, as you can tell, really beautiful. It is not a topper. It does build up. So the swatch picture was 2 coats. Little difficult to remove, but not the worst if you're not using a peel off base coat. So I probably still will try to, just to make it easier. But this is absolutely stunning and gorgeous and very holiday. This is also a 14 milliliter bottle. So it is, full size. It is large. I'm just going to dent it, and I've only used it that one time for the swatch picture. So there is no movement on this currently, but I'm so excited to play with it again for holiday and before we do a big refresh for this project for 2026. Now, in terms of goals for next month, this one, the Color Institute, is my priority in terms of finishing it, which would be really exciting because I've got this full nail wheel, and then I'd have 2 empties on the next one, which would be fantastic. And then these other 3, like Quicksilver, I'm going to try using that as a topper, see if I can find a good combination I really enjoy. It allows me to play with more of my collection as well, get more range in colors. And then these 2 are my holiday picks just to play with, to have fun, to enjoy. Yeah, that green shift and those red sparkles, oh my goodness. But that is where we're going to leave this project polish update, the last one for 2025. So let's see what I can do in preparation for the finale next month. But if you enjoyed the video, make sure you give a big thumbs up. Let me know all of your thoughts down in the comments below. Subscribe so you don't miss my next update or any of my other pending content. And I look forward to seeing you in my next video very soon. Have a wonderful day.